Trump's energy stocks will help you retire. This is not financial advice. There's one stock that is about to jump up. They recently raised $75 million when they were a $4 stock. Now they're more than double that price. They just recently got through Q3 earnings with a doubled revenue from a year ago. And even though they still have a high net loss, the buying has been large, particularly given how weak the market has been the last few days in this early part of November. We've basically gone sideways in the market for the last month with some major chop in between. So the company is EOS Energy, ticker symbol EOSE. Let's jump into the chart and talk about some of their green and red flags. Mostly green though. Maybe a short report.
This is Sam Putnam.
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 So this is a little bit about the company, EOSE. They are not profitable. However, a doubling of revenue and more orders means their business model is starting to gain traction. They also have a backlog, which is a big deal for a new company. And yeah, the losses are somewhat related to, financial engineering to sort of items rather than, if they just can't actually make the batteries and sell them with a reasonable margin. So they did use some of their money that they took to pay off a loan, but even still, big net loss is not good. So we'll jump into, their margin isn't great either, and they're spending a lot of money. There's a lot of things that don't sound great about this company until you remember that they're a startup, basically. And here's their market cap. It is $4 billion, but you can see they are high on the everything category. They need money. They are raising a lot of money. This is very common for companies that are very new. Penny stocks, basically, which is what this is. They raised $75 million at $4. So why am I talking about it? Because if they raised at $4 and now it's at $15, obviously this thing has a lot of room to grow. And here's May. So raising at $4, is bullish even then. Of course, they did have some profit taking, but since then it's now all the way up at 15. And this is what's most interesting, is this revenue doubling seems to be holding the stock up. People are buying this stock. It's basically gone sideways since the end of October. And if you look at the market, not that this is expected to totally follow the market is down like 6 days in a row, basically. This was a bounce, but we're even lower now. So the stock's not following the market. There are other stocks that are not following the market. This quantum security stock, LAES, somehow holding up as well, even though quantum itself, if we look at RGTI, just continues to sell off, looking like it might go even lower. So it's rare to see a company hold up like this. And, we can guess, but that's not really the job description. The job description is find stocks that are holding up and then try to understand basically what they do to make sure they're worth getting into and not super dangerous. And I do want to mention, before I talk about some recent news, what they're up to, there is some risk. Like I've sort of noted that here. That's the whole point of this thing. Dilution means they sell shares into the market. And, the more shares there are, the less the shares are worth, right? So yeah, they can raise some more money, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they probably have been. I'm sure they have been, because they've already used $100 million of this dilutive instrument. This is totally normal to be able to do this, but I'm just saying they have a lot of opportunities to raise money that are all perfectly above the board because they've filed all these documents. So here's the deal. They're doing some good things. They got some money from an offering. They offered some shares for money, raised money, and they purchased some convertible notes, which is basically, not is basically, it is debt. So they bought that back. They prepaid part of a loan, so paid off some more debt. And then that raised their cash level. But still, we'll see when this was, but it certainly looks like they need cash if they only have 100 million and they're burning 20 million a month. I mean, that's what it sounds like. Oh God, this is impossible to navigate. We'll just ignore that. So paying off debt is good, but I think they spend a lot of money. They have some serious partnerships. Talon is very legitimate. AI infrastructure is absolutely, the sector that's about to explode if it isn't already. I mean, if we just look at Cipher, Cipher was $1 down here in April, and now it's $20. They transitioned from a Bitcoin miner into AI infrastructure, hyperscaler. Riot and Mara not really doing as well, but, Riot's up a lot still. Basically allowing NVIDIA GPU workloads to be allocated to researchers and startups, basically OpenAI enterprises who want to run LLMs instead of mining Bitcoin, which is much higher margin for them. So that's a positive for moving into that space. As far as what they are doing, well, they do battery storage. So you also need a lot of power to run all of those GPUs, and battery storage allows you to get power from a variety of sources and then store it and then allocate it to different facilities at a pace that is, able to be used. If the wind blows at night and then you need the power during the day, well, you have to store it in a battery. That's my understanding of it. So this is the company. We've talked about some of the risks. They definitely have some future opportunities. This is a lot of storage. I think almost a gigawatt hour. When we're talking about Sam Altman's needs, we're talking in the gigawatts. So this is a lot. EOSE is the ticker. The level is right where it is, basically, right here. This is definitely a level to sell if it goes below that, 1450. So if you like these ideas, hit that like. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks before they go up, hit that subscribe. I'll post that in the YouTube posts. And if you want one-on-one help, head over to stockscommunity.com. You can join for $25 for 7 days.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.